today's lecture, we will see how to write a formal letter. Let us start by seeing the question. On a recent holiday, you lost a valuable item. Fortunately, you have travel insurance to cover the cost. Write a letter to the manager of your insurance company. In your letter, describe the item you lost, explain how you lost it, tell the insurance company what you would like them to do. Let us understand the question. The question asks you to write a letter about a lost item during your travel or your holiday. In this letter, you have to describe the item that you lost. Then, you will also have to explain how you lost it. And finally, you will have to tell the insurance company what you would like them to do. Now, as in this letter, you are writing to someone whom you don't know in person. Also, this person is at some higher position. You will write a formal letter. Before writing the letter, let us see the format. For writing the letter, the first step is starting salutation. For writing formal letter, the starting salutation will be Dear Sir or Dear Ma'am and comma. Then leave one line and you will write the paragraph number 1 of your letter. In this paragraph, you will write the purpose of writing. That is, you will say why you are writing to them. You can see the example in the parenthesis. I am writing with regard to. After paragraph number 1, you will leave the space of one line and write the body paragraph number 2, 3, 4 and so on. In these paragraphs, you will describe the details in the bullet points that are given in the question. After explaining each and every bullet point in different paragraphs, you will leave one line after the last paragraph. And then you will write a closing sentence. The example for closing sentence is, I look forward to hearing from you. Leave one line after writing closing sentence and then you will write the ending salutation. Example for it is yours faithfully. And then you will write your full name. Now, as we know the format for this formal letter, let us start writing the letter. I will write the essay according to the format. Dear Sir, Ma'am. This is the starting salutation. Then, for the paragraph number 1, we will write the purpose of writing. I am writing to inform you about a digital camera that I lost whilst on holiday in Paris on June 10th this year. After mentioning the purpose of writing, we will leave the space of one line. For the paragraph number 2, we will explain the details of bullet point number 1. That is, describe the item you lost. The camera is an Olympus 9C which cost $500 when I purchased it on February 2017. It was in a black leather case attached to a short brown strap. Now, for the paragraph number 3, we will explain the details of bullet point number 2. That is, explain how you lost it. I first noticed it was missing from my rucksack when I returned to our hotel called Les Petits on Vinci Avenue at around 5 p.m. I believe it was taken from my bag while I was walking around the Grand Metro station. Now, let us explain the bullet point number 3 and its detail. That is, tell the insurance company what you want them to do. I would like to make a claim for this item and I kindly request that you send me details about how I should proceed. After this, we will write the closing sentence. I look forward to your response. Finally, we will write the ending salutations, yours faithfully. And lastly, your full name, Mrs. J. Watson. So this is how you write a formal letter. The completed task will look like this, as you can see on your screen. Make sure that you write the salutations and paragraph on the left side of the paper, that is exactly beside the margin. Let us see the useful language to write this type of letter. First is formal style greeting and signing off. Firstly, for starting salutation, we will use Dear Sir, Dear Ma'am. For expressing gratitude for something, we will write, I am writing to express my gratitude for. Then, for closing sentence, we can write, I look forward to, and after that, you should continue with the details according to your letter. And finally, for ending salutation, we can use yours faithfully. Now let us see formal style opening sentences or opening statements. The first one is, if you are writing to complain about something, you can use this start. I am writing to complain about, I wish to complain about, I am writing to express my dissatisfaction with, and so on. The next common opening statements are, I am writing with regards to something, and last is, I am writing in response to. Now let us see formal style closing statements. The first one is, I would like to thank you in advance for. After that you will continue with the details according to your letter. Next is, thank you for giving your attention to this complaint, or thank you for giving your attention to this matter. And last and most simple one is, I look forward to your response. Now after that, I have a practice example for you. I will explain it and you will have to write it on your own. The question is, you eat at your college cafeteria at lunchtime every day. However, you think it needs some improvements. Write a letter to the college magazine. In your letter, explain what you like about the cafeteria. Then, say what is wrong with it. And finally, suggest how it could be improved. I will explain the question. It says that you have your lunch or your breakfast at a college canteen every day. You think that the place needs some improvements. You are supposed to write a letter to the college magazine. So, as you can see the word college magazine, the letter will be formal. In your letter, you will have to explain what are the things about the cafeteria that you like. Then, you will write what are the things that you are not satisfied with, and finally, you will suggest some points that they can note for the improvement of the cafeteria. Refer the format that we have learned and the useful language in order to complete this task. This brings us to the last part of this lecture, that is tips for effective performance in writing formal letters. The first thing is, do not use contractions such as can't, didn't, and so on. Because while you use contractions, your letter looks informal. Next is, use modals such as could, would, and so on. When you use modals, your speech sounds more formal. After that, have a polite tone, that is, do not use slang vocabulary while you are writing the formal letter. Then, use more formal words like require instead of need, acquire instead of get, and so on. follow the format strictly. If you will not follow the format, you will lose your score in the criterion of task response. And finally, do not forget to check the task once it is finished, because there is a tendency that you will always make silly errors while you are writing, and these silly errors can be caught easily while you recheck your task. This is the end of this lecture. I hope you have understood. If you have any queries regarding this lecture, please write to us freely in the comment section. We will make sure to clear all your doubts as soon as we can. Thank you for attending this lecture. I will see you in the next class.